Sometimes they come back from outer space. Hope you have a Goldblum. This is Independence Day Resurgence on Stinker Madness.
Stinker Madness. Stinker Madness. Stinker Madness. We got the Stinker Madness.
Hello and welcome to Stinker Madness. I'm your host, Justin. With me, as always, are Sam and Jackie. This is a bad movie field trip special. Special. I feel like we have to echo everything because of the space factor. And just Roland Emmerich overproducing everything. Hello, friends.
Hi.
Your echo sucks, man.
My echo's broken. Damn it.
Where are you, on Vega or something? Jeez.
All of the finest post-production tools in the world, and we're doing voice echoes.
Yeah. Well, it's actually funner when you do it yourself. It's not so fun when you push a button, but when you say push a button, it's a lot more fun. Hey, it's hot outside. It's like 100 fucking degrees everywhere in the United States right now. California's on fire.
Even Alaska?
Yeah, Alaska is like 250, dude. It's the hottest place in the world. Didn't you know that?
I did not.
Death Valley I saw was 125 the other day.
That's cool.
Yeah. Texas is now on fire. We're probably going to be on fire pretty soon. So there's that. Jackie and I bought a pool.
Yes, we did.
I've been sitting poolside for about an hour now, drinking beer.
It's Suburbia Hill at its finest.
Yeah, went and saw a Roland Emmerich movie last night. That's about as good as life can get. Well, except for that second part.
Huh.
Or cliche as life can get. You go see a Roland Emmerich movie midsummer right before 4th of July, then you go sit poolside.
I don't even know if it's as cliche as you can get. I think that he's even lackluster in the cliche department.
You think? I think, like, God, the one thing I really took away from this film was that he walked into every single one of the cliches that he established and kind of was like, meh, it's fine. I know it's there. I know that everybody's going to be like, oh, that's so Roland Emmerich, but it's what I do.
Yeah, it is. He stated as much in an interview once that somebody was trying to get overly critical with him. And he's like, I feel like I deliver popcorn movies to the movie goers of America as well as anybody. The films that I make are very financially successful. And the guy was just like,
Well, I definitely will say that I might have enjoyed this a little bit better had I had popcorn.
Oh.
At least I could have looked in the bucket for strange-looking pieces of popcorn.
With chopsticks?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and disclaim right now that Jackie did not enjoy this film to the degree that I think Sam and I did.
Did you like the first one?
Jackie.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, you did, huh? Yeah.
But, like 30 minutes into this one, because there were 30 minutes of previews, and then the movie starts, because I was like, damn, that's a lot of previews. So I looked down, it's been 30 minutes, and then the movie starts, and about 30 minutes into the movie, I'm checking my watch again, and I'm like, God, this movie cannot be longer than an hour and a half, and I'm just bored to tears.
Do you think maybe the 30 minutes of trailers killed it for you? Do you think that had any bearance in your judgment?
I think it did, because it was just like, okay, I'm ready for this baby to start, right? Because I was excited when I first got to the theater. I didn't expect much. I was excited to see it, and then it was just like preview after preview after preview.
And they're all shit. None of those movies did I have any interest in.
I've seen all of them twice.
Exactly. That was the other thing. Yay.
And so by the time that we got to this movie, I was like, all right, here we go. And then I just felt like it was like your grandma gives you a soda and you're super excited about it. But then you realize that this is an old soda that has gone flat.
It's the same soda you drank in 1996. Hey, don't forget about 1996.
1996.
Did you guys know that something big happened in 1996?
1996.
Damn, 1996. That was crammed down our throats quite a bit.
Oh, yeah.
It was. We should talk about 1996.
We want to talk about 1996 or Independence Day?
1996 and Independence Day and the genre of science fiction films.
Okay.
As briefly as I can.
All right.
In 1996, this came out against two other pretty big heavy hitters, one being Eraser with Schwarzenegger and the other being The Rock with Nick Cage and everybody else, Ed Harris, Michael Bay. The Rock was very popular. Eraser, it did okay, but it had enough of an audience that it was considered one of the big movies of that summer. And I went and saw all three of those movies at the theater. And the one thing I took away from the original Independence Day is it had a wow factor in a science fiction film that had not been there since the original Star Wars. This thing was, the first Independence Day was a big fucking deal.
It was a real big deal. Would you care to know how big of a deal?
800 million?
Well, I don't care about worldwide, Sam. I never will. 306 domestically. Number 2, Twister. Which is a future appearance on Stinger Madness.
Do you have up there who did Twister?
Jandabon.
It's interesting because Twister sort of dictates the way that Roland Emmerich's going to go after.
242 million. Mission Impossible was number 3 at 181. The Rock was all the way down to number 7, 134, and Eraser down at 14. It was not a big success, but number 1 movie of the year was definitely Independence Day by almost 100 million domestically.
And I remember those other ones coming out, but those 3 came out within 3 weeks of each other.
Sure.
It was like when it's hot outside and your ass wants to be in a cold seat, those were the 3 they gave you.
Yep.
And Independence Day was big.
It was sassy.
I went and saw Independence Day 3 times in the theater.
I think I did it twice.
Yeah, I loved it.
It can't be understated how they took some of Star Wars strategy as well of shooting miniature explosions in slow motion or in high speed. The blowing up of the landmarks in that movie blew people's fucking minds.
Nobody had ever seen that shit before.
Yeah.
And now it's just a trope in films where, oh God, London's getting blown up again. Bummer.
G.I. Joe 8, let's drop some more sticks from space on London.
Yeah, it's now kind of shitty to see. And the one thing I took away from this film that I enjoyed for a long time was that there was destruction, but it wasn't the cliche destruction that we were used to, like, hey, Big Ben's going down again, kids. Until Big Ben goes down again, kids. I was like, why is it London every time? Jesus.
Well, the Eye gets it too pretty good.
Oh, the Eye is...
Everybody likes to crush the Eye.
Look out for the Eye, guys. God damn it.
They only really get the Taj Mahal that one time.
Yeah. What's wrong with Taj Mahal? Blow that fucker up.
Blow that shit up all the time.
Twice a week.
What isn't it, like some symbol of love?
Yeah, it's...
Blow it up.
Yeah, blow it up, man. Fuck it. Ayers Rock, blow that shit up.
Blow it up.
The Eiffel Tower.
Oh, that gets crushed all the time, dude.
It didn't get crushed in this movie at the end of the movie when...
It probably did. It just, we didn't see it.
No, when the spaceships are leaving, there's the Eiffel Tower so that you know it's fucking France.
All right.
And they're pulling out. And I'm like, but they didn't kill the Eiffel Tower.
Well, I was mostly talking about other films. The Eiffel Tower goes down every time in other films.
Well, yeah.
But I'm tired of seeing that. I'm tired of, after we saw San Andreas and how cliche, like, shitting out a Roland Emmerich film San Andreas was without any of this, like, fun, stupid stuff.
Yeah.
Great.
So did
LA's getting wiped out again. We don't fucking care, but I liked that this one kind of avoided it until that one London scene.
Well, I thought the way that it played on screen exactly what you're talking about. Like, oh, we're over this because Goldblum says, oh, they like to go after the landmarks, and London Bridge gets destroyed. The next 2 shots are the Eiffel Tower not getting destroyed and the foot stopping just shy of the White House.
Yeah, exactly.
So on screen, he's like, 1, Fox wouldn't give me enough money to do that, and 2, I'm over it.
Yeah, good for him. Be over it. Fuck that cliche. It's
exactly.
So let's talk about the cast a little bit. There's no Will Smith. There is Liam Hemsworth basically stepping into the lead kick-ass guy role, even though Will Smith's son is in this one. Would you say that Liam Hemsworth's character is the lead kick-ass guy?
He is, because of one scene where you find out that he's in charge of the moon base. Like, there's this whole chain of command, but when Liam Hemsworth says, everybody fuck off, they do.
Yeah.
So he is the lead badass, and it's only that. Actually, no, there's other times that even Will Smith's, whatever his name is in the movie, Lieutenant.
Okay, I'm going to burn the question right now.
Yeah.
Name one character from this film other than Whitmore.
Mr. President?
Yep, Mr. President is one of them.
That's President Whitmore.
What is the president's name? No, that's ex-President Whitmore. There is a president.
Oh.
Played by Cella Ward.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Name one. We can't name one. I got it right in front of me, and I was like, whoa.
Yeah, all all my follow-up questions, I just have, things like the girlfriend.
The black guy.
The black guy, because I don't know their names.
Goldblum.
Yeah.
Goldblum's name is said about 50 times during the movie, so we should remember it.
Data.
Yeah, his name's not Data in the film.
No, nobody's...
Ooh. Does that mean that we don't give a shit about any of these characters?
No, we don't.
I don't think I do either.
And we
No.
didn't give a shit about them the first time around.
Not really.
But we liked watching those buildings get blown up. And we were finally getting to see some goddamn space aliens on TV again, or on the screen again.
Yeah. It's basically a 1990s version of the 50s invasion of Earth movies that were so, but fun. Anyways, not enough about Independence Day. Let's talk about Independence Day Resurgence. So you got Liam Hemsworth. His name, Jake Morrison, in case we want to reference that earlier. We'll probably forget. Goldblum's in it again. His character's name is David Levinson.
You just said Jake Morrison. Who's that?
Jake Morrison is Liam. Dylan Hiller is
that's
Will
change it.
Smith's son's name. Dylan Hiller. Played by Jesse T. Usher.
Oh, that's not even Will Smith's kid?
No.
well, of course not.
Jaden's doing kung fu and shit.
I thought he was doing cross-dressing.
Really?
Really?
Ooh. Okay, well, whatever.
It's
Whatever
it's
float
each
your
their
boat.
own, right?
Yeah.
It's his business.
Yeah.
When he puts it on TV, it's our business.
It's a little bit of Will Smith's business, too.
Well, he's just punch it out on that superhero movie. of his.
If you're making a career off of your son's acting ability, then I guess your son's your business, so whatever. Bill Pullman, of course, is back. Maka Monroe, she was the blonde girl,
President's
President
daughter?
Whitmore's daughter. Yeah.
So she's a pro kiteboarder turned actress.
Kiteboarder. What's a kiteboarder?
The surfboards with the parachute, you do the crazy shit.
Okay, so you jump
like-
out of a plane with a
No, you just take the sea breeze.
Okay.
You get on, and it's like a wakeboard kind of mixed with a surfboard. It's got rubber binding things that keep your feet in it.
All right.
And then you grab two handles to a parachute, and you're using that as a sail. But these assholes will get like 30 feet in the air sometimes when they're doing this shit.
How's that different than wind sailing?
You don't get 30 feet in the air when you're wind sailing.
I've seen guys get pretty crazy with the wind sails.
Yeah, but the sail's attached to the board. This is just a parachute.
The wind sail's attached to the board.
That's what I'm saying. That this is not. It's a fucking parachute that you hold onto. That's like a kite, basically.
Oh, like parasailing kind of thing, but you got a board on you?
It's like a kite big enough to pick you up in the air 30 feet. Why it's called
Yes.
kiteboarding.
Huh, interesting.
Yeah, and she used to do that and then decided to act.
Okay, so is this her first big thing?
No.
No, she's been
You,
in other
get-
stuff.
you guys just liked one. I think you gave her due to a It Follows, right? Didn't you give a due
Oh,
to that?
yeah, she's in it.
She's
Follows?
the
Oh,
star
okay.
of that.
All right, yeah, that's a good movie. I wouldn't be like, oh, well, she was great in it. It's just a fun, good movie.
Yeah,
She was okay in this. She needs to eat some cheeseburgers.
she does. I thought that was a very odd decision to let her do the boob flex thing with the pistol. Towards the end, I was like, ooh, that's weird.
Yeah. Need to pack on some weight there, kid. Sell award. William Fichtner's got a big role this time.
Well, Billy Fichtner.
Yeah,
is
he's
back.
the General Adams. He's the leader of the alien resistance, I think, or just the leader of the world's military.
So he's
Is this the Africa guy
No. William Fichtner is the guy that you've seen in every fucking movie ever,
who becomes the president?
and nobody can remember his goddamn name ever.
Kind of has a Doberman pincher face.
That's him.
that's the guy.
Okay.
Yep,
So
William Fichtner.
he is, before shit goes down, all he is the military liaison to that facility.
The Area 51 facility?
Yes.
Okay.
So he's
all right.
the top military brass in whatever Jeff Goldblum's character's name is.
Levinson.
Levinson. Because Levinson runs that facility now.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Levinson's kind of a big deal on planet Earth. Like he's still got the reputation for saving the world that one time.
Yeah.
And he's also the lead scientist to kind of adapt technology into fighting these assholes if they ever come back. Right?
Yes.
Okay.
And he misses Thanksgiving with his dad.
Right. Speaking of which, Judd Hirsch is back.
Peddling books and fishing.
Yeah.
Peddling books at retirement homes. I think that's an important thing.
We finally get to the character / actor that I want to really talk about. And I think you all could probably guess
Oh,
who I'm
I know
gonna-
where you're going with this.
Yeah. Brent Spiner's back.
Oh, no. I thought you were going to talk about somebody else.
Vivica A. Fox.
Stripper turned doctor.
Well,
She was putting herself through college, Jackie.
I stand corrected.
we'll barely talk about Vivica A. Fox.
I actually the statement this movie makes in Roland Emmerich's feeling about Vivica A. Fox is, "You were the biggest mistake of my life." Off the building. She's
No, I want to talk about Brent Spiner.
Yeah.
I thought he was the goddamn show stealer.
Wait,
was
who's
the show-
that? Is that Data?
Data, yes.
yeah, he was the show
Oh, yeah,
stealer
he-
in the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he didn't have such a role in the first one. Like, it was kind of like, hey, there's kind of a funny, wacky guy that's in a couple scenes. Brent Spiner's a central character to this entire thing.
Yes, and that he is he's an evil man. His character is an evil man.
He's evil? Or is he just daffy?
He's nuts, but given the opportunity, he would take anything apart regardless of the
Oh,
consequences.
yeah. No, he's I want to fuck with that thing.
Yeah, there is no reason in this guy's head. And what's interesting is that he's so foregrounded in this story when he's a loose cannon.
Yes, absolutely. That guy is a wild card. He could easily save everybody or blow everybody up.
And wouldn't be able to tell the difference afterwards.
No, he would just keep grabbing onto shit.
Yeah.
He's kind of like Mr. Fantastic in that way. Like, he's super genius, but, I'm going to push the button. I want to see what happens.
Oh, yeah, he wants to see what happens.
But I thought Brett Spiner was fucking fantastic.
Oh, he was.
And there was one point in this film where I almost threw this thing in the trash, where I was like, God damn it, I'm walking out of this fucking movie. And we'll get to that, but I'm really glad that Brent Spiner was in it again, because bravasser. It wasn't just because of my affinity towards TNG and being like, yeah, get him, Data. I truly thought that Brent Spiner had a character that had stupid lines that he killed. He killed those stupid lines. He nailed the stupid lines and made it funny.
I'm going to burn a question. Do you think that's his real hair?
No. Definitely not.
I thought that everything he did was perfect.
Yeah, he was great.
I thought
More Brett
everything-
Spiner.
I thought that everything that Goldblum did was perfect too.
Yeah, Jeff Goldblum was good. I thought he wasn't bloomy enough, though. I could have used more bloomy. Like, there was only a couple times where he was like, and the thing comes down, and you look at it, and he just was a little too well spoken.
He was
not
Well, he has to be
jittery. He hadn't drank enough coffee for his character.
Well, in the first one, he's his life is a wreck. In this one, he's in charge of the human race,
Yeah.
so he's a little bit more collected.
Yeah, okay.
But I don't think. I mean, everything he did during the movie was good. He didn't fuck anything up.
Yeah, that's true. All right. Well, there's your rounders, pretty much.
Yeah.
Anything else?
What did you think about Pullman? He looked good.
He looks good. He doesn't look like he's an old man. How old is Bill Pullman?
60.
You think?
Yeah.
You want to put a guess on Bill Pullman?
55.
55. He is. You know what's really stupid is if you look up him on your phone, it'll tell you his age directly. If you look at it on the computer, it tells the birth year. So now I got to do the fucking math.
Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks, the internet.
Thanks having two different internets world. 1953. So he's 62 years old.
63 years old.
Well, he will be at the end of this year.
Ah.
I like when he goes to die, though, in this film, and they give him a haircut, and he no longer looks
Spoiler
like
alert.
a transient.
Let's dive into this, unless anybody has any further thoughts to get to, because I think everybody just wants to tell spoilers.
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 Spoilers, there's aliens.
Hey, whoa!
Spoiler, they come back.
Welcome to Earth, Punch.
Spoilers.
They addressed that nice when Liam Hemsworth punched it, and it's like, what are you doing? This is a fucking mechanical exoskeleton. Which makes me go back to the first one. Will Smith's an asshole.
Well, Will Smith is such an asshole.
Yeah.
After Earth, buddy. Ugh.
Ugh.
Oh, Suicide Squad.
Looks real bad.
Ugh.
And that's, the guys down at DC have got to be rolling over.
Ugh.
Because Deadpool just killed it. And it's such a copy of Slade Wilson that his name is Wade Wilson.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
they're having our cake and eating it too.
Yeah.
Our goat is in their yard.
All right, so out in space, the message of Bill Pullman saying, "Today we take back our Earth. This is our Independence Day," which is, in truth, after watching movies for 20 years, is a pretty good speech.
I remember it.
Yeah, it's a pretty good speech. I mean, you kind of go back while you're hearing it and being like, you never question why the first one, who chose the idea of Independence Day? Like, oh, well, our release date's going to be the 2nd of July because everybody thinks it's the 4th. It was the 2nd. Power went out in California, all that sort of stuff. It's a really well apt title for what the film is trying to say. That it's going to take something. If something were to happen, the only way we can defeat is if we come together, and that is Earth's Independence Day from our own foolishness, essentially. And it's a great speech that sums that up. So I like that they brought that back. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So out in space, there's some critters. They get it. They get the message. They're like, fuck you, Bill Pullman. Kicked our ass last time. We're going to come kick your ass right now.
Right now.
I like that there's not much of a setup. Like, they're only... At the beginning, you're felt with their only motivation is revenge. And throughout the whole thing, these aliens kind of thing is just... It's pretty revengey.
It's revengey. The science doesn't make sense.
What's science? Huh?
Yeah, we can't really...
What is that?
Because they're like, oh, this is why they're here. They're going to take the molten core.
Yeah.
Take the one on Venus. There's nobody on that.
Yeah.
We don't even care.
Yeah, we don't give a shit.
Yeah. No, they're revenging.
Yeah. Pretty much revenge. Revenging.
Or they're just bad at picking. Take over the whole universe and they're bad at picking.
So, President Whitmore's kind of now crazy. Everybody thinks he's insane. He's the kooky, daffy old guy, even though he's really not that old. He looks pretty good. But he's not trusted if he says some weird shit. Like, he's having nightmares about this circle with a line through it, and everybody thinks it's just crazy talk because he's senile or whatever. But he's got such a close connection from the time that he spoke and dealt with the aliens in the first one that now he's got the brain mother in his mental psyche, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, they have a psionic connection.
He's got his daughter. She is she's somebody. What's she do?
She was a pilot. Now she is the president's aide.
That's kind of what I got to, is that she was a very successful pilot, and then she kind of gave that up to take care of Bill Pullman, President Whitmore. I remembered somebody's name.
But she works for the actual president, too.
Yeah. And she's engaged to Liam Hemsworth's character, Jake Morrison, who is a moon guy. He's a pilot, I guess.
He's a tug pilot.
A tug pilot on this, on this moon base that's got a mega weapon. Because Earth has adapted all the leftover technology from the alien invasion in the first one to make mega weapons.
Yes, the fusion drives, which is everything is based on, I guess.
Which I thought was an interesting filmmaking choice because you don't see it coming. Wait a minute, this is not our planet. It's this new Earth has all this fancy technology. There's huge mega buildings in Washington, D.C. that don't exist in our time.
Yeah.
There are TVs the size of the White House or bigger.
It's sort of the future. Like, there's a future element, even though it takes place in our world and timeline, which I thought was an interesting way of approaching a summer blockbuster.
Yeah.
You're separating the film audience from the reality that they live in. Like, this is not your world. If it gets exploded, it's okay.
Yeah, all of a sudden, our first film was alternate history.
Yeah.
You are living in an alternate present.
So Jake's up there on the moon, and he's all freewheeling it, and he's got this buddy co-pilot that's kind of a doofus, talking about getting banged all the time and not paying attention to his job. And they fuck up the mega weapon somehow.
So it doesn't work, right? And it's going to fall over. And what it is I think the first instance where you can really see Fox just getting in there and telling them how to make the movie.
Okay.
There's no way that Dean Devlin and Roland Emmerich want to spend $10 million on not tipping over the super weapon. They had their script was rewritten like 5 times. Fox tried as hard as they could to shake these guys off of their own ideas so that they could own the franchise. Did everything they could. They held on like Dobermans and stayed on the project no matter what. And this is the first time that you can see a Fox forced decision that, we got to do this excitement sequence that is before the invasion. No, assholes, spend money on fighting aliens.
Yeah, no, this part was really not interesting.
It's a $10 million sequence.
It sucked.
Yeah.
It was not stimulating. This sequence may have dropped it out of something I'm going to say later. But let's put an asterisk on this sequence.
Sure.
And save it. But yeah, he does a move and like he downshifts all of Fast and Furious, and that makes his space car go faster.
Actually, he didn't downshift. He burnt out the fusion drives. So he used his his
Warp speed.
Yeah, basically, he used his fast travel drives in order to keep it from tipping over.
Which wouldn't that destroy everything in the wake of behind him
Once
that he
it was
trying
balanced,
to save?
I think I don't. Well, again, their science is so screwy; it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Because they do it again later. It works, but the drives are burned out and they have to fix them.
So what? So what? Who cares that the fucking shit? Whatever. You got unlimited technology. There was some whoa, you burned out our ship, and the audience is sitting there going, well, who fucking cares? The sequence was stupid.
It was dumb.
Who fucking gives a shit? He downshifted and saved this mega weapon? That's dumb.
Well, it would have crushed everybody in the space station too.
That we don't know or care about. They're all about to get dusted by fucking spooky aliens.
So did Levinson design this system? It's a big, heavy weapon, and then it can fall on the control room.
Yep. Top heavy.
Doesn't sound like a very good design.
It's a real leaner, this one. Where should we put that space station? Well, in its shadow, for sure.
We should just put the control center right where it would tip over.
Oh, this sequence is, but I can kind of see, Jackie, your sentiment with after 30 minutes of preview, and then you're given this. This is action. No, it sucks.
It sucks.
Yeah. Fuck
I haven't
you,
even
Fox.
looked at my watch yet.
During Dangerous Moon sequence.
Yeah, the Dangerous Moon sequence we're not even 30 minutes in yet.
All right. Well, downstairs, back on Earth, they've got all the aliens locked up at the Area 51 from the first movie. They've got the Raft from Marvel Comics type super prison, max prison for spooky aliens. Yet they still have their armor on.
Well, they can't take it off of them.
Why not?
Because there's an eject button in the inside and they can't get to it.
Will Smith punched one's face off.
Spiner opened one up in the last one.
Yeah.
But then it freaked out. So I don't know. I mean, I'll make some bullshit point A, point B for them. They had been in stasis, so why fuck with them?
Okay.
Maybe they can stay in stasis in the suit. It's an environment suit. It has to have some sort of benefits besides just armor.
Okay, so it's an environment suit. Do you think that they can walk around on their own spaceships without them? So you've adapted all their technology. Just do that and play it safe. Because you know what, Sam? If Looney Bin Jim is a fucking vegetable, you don't fucking hand him a gun.
No.
Safety first.
Absolutely.
Dumbasses. All right, so they're there, and they start fucking being all weird. They start freaking out and stuff. So they're out of their stasis. Good thing they're in the armor.
Yeah. Well, I think there's also a point where you got to be because they touch upon a little bit here how those things coming down, that ain't the end of it. You're dealing with thousands and thousands of displaced soldiers that they had to deal with afterwards.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a point where you're just fucking throwing them in there just to get them fucking in there.
Yeah. 20 years. So in Africa, Jeff Goldblum's going to go do some research on one of the big ships, and he has to get through this Mabula guy that has formed a tribe that are just essentially alien assassins. Is that what their
He's a
story is?
warlord.
Okay, he's a warlord. Warring against who? Because Earth is a peaceful place. This is like Star Trek Earth now.
Yeah, and again, the Earth was fucked up pretty good by these guys.
Yeah, pretty dusted.
That one didn't crash.
Okay.
So it's fully intact. The power goes down, but you have an entire crew of alien combatants. So they were probably at war for 10 fucking years there.
Fighting over that thing?
With no one can help them because everybody's got their own problems.
Yeah.
In fact, I guess Fox released part of the Shaking Devlin and Roland Emmerich off of this. They released 3 companion novels before this movie came out.
Ah.
I didn't read any of them. I don't know what happens. But I guess, there's probably a war there.
Well, we're not talking about those. We're talking about the movie.
I know. And in the movie, they allude to the fact that there was a long conflict between this nation and that ship.
Okay. All right. Well, that works. Levinson down there meets up with this lady named Dr. Catherine Marceau, and I guess they're old lovers or something.
They're conference bangers.
Yeah.
They're conference bangers.
I like that. Okay. So they want to go check out this thing, and they have to go through this ordeal to get through the Ubuntu. Isn't Ubuntu a open source operating system?
Yeah, it's one of the Linux GUIs.
Nerds! So they go onto the ship, and apparently the powers come back on. And here's where I'm starting to question things, is all these things are starting to happen. Like weird signals, and people are getting flashes in their brain, and the power's back on this big ship suddenly, and the aliens are freaking out. Isn't that a pretty like, hey, I think they're coming.
Yeah, they should be right when Goldblum knows that the power came back on. He needs to get on the horn.
They're coming. We defeated their last one because we killed the power from their mothership. Now they've got power again. I'm pretty sure there's a mothership coming.
Something, yeah.
Yep.
So
You got to talk about the nerdy lawyer guy though that's with Goldblum at this point.
All right, yeah.
Because he is a little bit of comic relief there at the end with the final confrontation. And so we got to mention that there's this nerdy lawyer guy there that's supposed to be, I don't know what he's doing. He's supposed to be supervising something or giving a recommendation for more funding.
Yeah, he's following Levinson around to see whether or not they need to keep funding his projects.
Because it's been 20 years and we haven't heard anything. It's that old trope.
Aliens are never going to come back.
Yeah, no.
We won. High five.
Yeah, move on. Up on the moon, Dylan has come up to moon base with his team of fancy spaceship pilots, which are basically F-16s modified into spaceships.
If they would have shot rainbows, they could have been Megaforce 2.
Yeah, pretty much. And him and Jake have got some old history because Jake was
Hot dogging it.
He was Maverick. He's a loose cannon, man. You're too aggressive a pilot. You're going to get co-pilots killed type thing. And, they don't have a whole lot of time to fucking address their relationship issues because spooky spaceship is on its way. And it's this ball thing.
This is the point where I realized that Roland Emmerich has gone a step farther because Fox is sort of forcing him to adopt themes from other films to make sure it's successful.
Mm-hmm.
And so he goes one step further and takes the spaceship with the improbability drive from Douglas Adams' drawings.
Yeah.
And the ball as well. He's like, fine, I'm going to borrow things that are successful. They probably didn't even notice.
Probably not.
Probably didn't even notice that's the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Indeed. So they go through that old trope again of, well, it hasn't done anything to us. Well, you know what happened last time we didn't do anything. We should shoot it down. The military is like, shoot it down. And the rationales are like, well, let's try to talk to it first, but shoot it down wins.
Shoot it down was Russia and France.
And the United States.
Yeah, that's not a supermajority.
It's like 3 people spoke up and one guy was like, I don't think we should do this. And then all the other people were like, well, maybe something will happen.
Yeah.
If I say nothing, I'm not going to be held responsible.
It didn't even seem like there was a full vote before the president was like, boop, lasers.
Russia and France said go for it. He's like, all right.
Good enough.
I already have my pants halfway down. Shit, yeah.
I got my helmet with the 2 beer cans on. Let's do this. So they shoot it, and they blast it pretty good, and it goes bouncing along and crashes on the moon someplace. So they send Jake and... no, they don't send Jake. They're like, fuck it. We got a celebration to have for the anniversary of Blow Up Aliens Day.
Because we beat the comeback. They've come back for us, and we killed them first.
Yeah.
No, I thought that they had this celebration planned before that.
No.
Nope.
This is the celebration of winning the war that they just had right then.
They came back, and we kicked their ass.
Really?
So now let's have a party.
That's how it played on screen to me. So if they're trying for something else, they fucked it up.
I'm with Sam. That's what I thought, too.
Because I thought that there was like this big deal like, bravo, guys, it's been 20 years and we're still kicking ass. Let's get Tom Whitmore out. Oh, we can't. He's fucking nutty. Let's get Robert Loggia out here.
Yeah.
Did you know that was Robert Loggia stars in this film? Well, he doesn't star, but he's in it.
He's in it. I saw him. I was like, hey, it's Robert Loggia.
I did not know that was Robert Loggia. The old guy at the it's not a parade. It's I don't know.
It's a
conference.
No, it's a public
Super
display.
fluff.
Yeah, super fluff is a good way of putting it. He was the old guy that Whitmore's like winking a gun to.
So how old is Loggia?
Let's check.
I wonder if he even knew that he was making a movie. He looked like he did, but
He was being held up.
Yeah, but he was very old. And he looked very fragile. Like, I like this outfit. That's kind of the look he had on his face. Like, do I get to keep this? What are we doing?
Yeah. Who's to say that Robert Loggia wasn't in a war?
Robert Loggia is dead.
What? That was a computerized Robert Loggia?
He died in December of 2015 at the age of 85.
So he died right after they shot this?
Like, had to have been immediately.
Like, they turned the camera off. Cut, we're going to get one more. We're sorry, Robert Loggia is dead.
He's not available. Oh, that sucks. Oh, sorry to see you go, Robert Loggia.
Oh, that does suck. I like that old guy.
Yeah, everybody likes Robert Loggia.
Yeah.
Oh, how sad.
Except for when he wasn't over the top. He wasn't.
Yeah.
All right, so Goldblum is supposed to appear at this super fluff, but he's like, no, I got to figure out what's going on with those. I got to figure out what's going on with those aliens on the moon.
You've got to, but
see,
the thing is just
we both go walking, Sam. We both go a little
no.
walking.
I walking doesn't stutter. That's you got to stutter with
but
Goldblum.
your stutter's good, but you're going. You're doing the thing where we suck. All right, so they're gonna go up on the moon, and he wants to check it out. So he brings Ubuntu and his team and Catherine and Jake goes and gets them in Africa, and they go and check it out, and they're picking this thing up, and it's a little Armageddon-y. Like, oh, danger while picking this fucking thing up because, oh my God, it's a huge spaceship!
I do believe that it was cloaked
Yeah, was it?
on the approach. It
was
looked like it
cloaked.
was uncloaking itself as it made its
A little,
approach over the
yeah.
moon.
But then I thought maybe it was just really shiny.
It uncloaked. I agree with Jackie.
Okay. Well, nobody sees it coming. And it's 3,000 miles wide.
It's they do a shitty job driving it.
Yeah. They crash it real nice into the moon. Whoops! Gary! Sorry, I've been drinking. I'm
Just
drinking
anyone,
alien.
well, it's a queen in charge, right? So you don't want to bother her.
Yeah, I guess that's
So
true.
you're like,
She's been
should,
drinking.
Should we tell her that we're in their airspace now?
There's a moon in the fucking way.
Do you think she'll just notice we're here? I don't want to bother her. Do you want to tell her? I don't want to tell her.
She just smashes the shit out of the moon.
She killed Glenn last time we told her.
I'm pretty sure that she would be that lady.
Just eat your face.
Yeah, she would shoot you right in the dick.
I did some research.
Oh,
If this thing has a diameter of 3,000 miles, you want to know how much of the Earth's surface it would occupy?
Yes.
the U.S. almost
1/8 of the Earth's surface.
1/8.
Yeah.
Which on screen it's like
Half.
quite a bit.
It's a pretty big ship.
It's probably they're close.
Yeah. Not too bad.
I have they're talking about its own gravity here.
Mm-hmm.
So how dense do you think that thing is?
Well, for it to do what it did, it's got to be pretty fucking dense because it overpowers Earth's gravity.
Yeah, but I'm thinking like just to behave in the manner that it behaves, let's just say it's 3 times as dense as the Earth.
Mm-hmm.
We all died when it landed because our gravity got too powerful.
Right.
Those gravitational fields joined, our respiratory systems can't keep up with
Right.
that.
Yep. We're already dead.
We all died right then.
Yeah.
This movie is not about the science, gentlemen.
Or it's not very dense. It's just a spaceship that's pretty big, and then it wouldn't have its own gravitational field. And even if it did, it wouldn't be stronger than Earth. So
Yeah.
buildings don't fly up off of Earth because you know what? Earth's got a pretty serious gravitational field. God damn it, Roland. But that's okay. It makes excitement. Well, if you're Fox. So we should, let's just burn Judge Hirsch's character right now for the entirety of the fucking film. Because his character has no point in this movie.
Well, they have to have the station wagon kids.
They do.
He adopts a whole other family at the
Yeah.
end.
Yeah.
Can't have the kids in the bus without him.
Why was that even necessary?
We need the kids in the bus too.
So I think that
So that we could get a dog in this movie somewhere.
Fox was like, well, you have to do all these things. Dean Devlin and Roland Emmerich said, sure, we got Judd Hirsch for that.
Yeah.
And
They
it
were
worked.
like, my wife's dog wants to be in this movie. Whoa, that's your wife's dog? Holy shit.
Yeah, fuck talking about Judd Hirsch, whose character serves no purpose. Let's talk about this goddamn wicked-looking dog for a while.
It's like Mr. Winkle. It is fucking freaky looking.
It is, but it's funny because it's not in your face when you first see it. It's just on somebody's lap, and you're supposed to be looking at the character who's delivering the lines, but your eyeballs just go straight to this psycho dog. It's fucking crazy looking.
Yeah. I don't even know what happened in that scene because I was like, holy shit, freakish dog.
Do not give that dog a knife. It is crazy.
That dog looks like it probably has a knife already. Tucked in. Like, it's got a leg strap on the back of its right leg. It's tucked in by its wiener. So that way when somebody comes up, he's like, what? You want to mess with me? Give you the psycho eyes, and then I'll whip out my freaking wiener knife.
Why it looks so freaky is it's actually a dog made of knives that sewed itself a dog cover with its teeth.
It is maybe the poorest casting in film I've ever seen.
Or the best.
Well, the best for us, because it's hilarious, but, well, boy, if you're just the standard moviegoer, you're like, wait, what the fuck happened in that entire scene? Because you're absolutely right. You're just drawn to that psychotic-looking dog.
I was waiting for that dog to, like, go at somebody's throat. Like, I kind of thought for a second when it got off the bus that it was going to get some alien bones or something. You know, like it was going to rush an alien. It was going to get somebody. But no, it just kind of peed and then got back on the bus.
I think if we would have stayed for the end of the credits with one of the last lines where like no animals were harmed in the making of this film, it would actually said the dog was not harmed in the making of this film. However, the dog did bite 73 people in the face.
That is true. Many humans lost their lives. Yeah. So anyways, Jed Hirsch is this old guy, and he has old guy adventures.
He jumps his boat over the White House and survives in New Orleans or something.
Yeah. He's just doing his thing. So let's get to Brent Spiner. He's still at Area 51, and he went into a coma from getting the alien's neck thing sucked around his head.
I guess
right?
so.
Okay, it's been 20 years. So he wakes up, and he's also having the alien symbol scribbles.
His hair is fantastic. When I'm old, I hope I have hair like that. It is badass.
This fucking plot synopsis, the next line is, on Earth in Washington, D.C., a celebration is held for shooting down the craft. That is fucking retarded. You guys are absolutely right. That's what happened according to this synopsis writer.
Yeah, it wasn't a 20-year
God
thing.
damn it. That's terrible. We just put this together today. This old thing, this old production
Yeah.
with the giant TVs that are bigger than most.
I like that they were
Movies.
giant TVs too. They weren't like every other large screen that's built with little modules that don't look like that. It was just like, in the future, we'll have giant TVs. Why? Why would you do that?
They've got fusion power, anti-grav lifters for crystal clear reproduction of your images.
The speakers on those are probably pretty powerful.
Yeah. So anyways, Whitmore stumbles in. He's like, they're coming, sort of. I don't know what the fuck he says.
I've
but-
come to warn you.
Yeah, but right then the whole shit goes loose and everybody gets images from space because they've got space infrared vision of the thing crashing into the moon and stuff.
The first instance of simultaneous information
Yeah.
happens. The film will feature many instances
does.
of simultaneous
It really
information. At that point, before the moon base gets exploded, and then there's the Area 51, and the president's like should be giving a speech, but she can hear them and talk to them. So there's just simultaneous information.
The giant, huge TVs just should have had just this flashing message of panic, 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 because that's what all it does. Oh my God, the moon is destroyed. Everybody stay calm. Why did you show that? Like in every other movie, it's like, well, we can't release that information right now because can you imagine the fucking chaos, the panic? There will be more deaths caused by people freaking out and trampling each other than anything. And it's, well, we're not going to worry about that. Panic! Panic!
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. So the mothership comes to Earth and it crashes. Well, it doesn't crash. It lands over the Atlantic Ocean, but along the way, it destroys most of. Well, so let's.
It doesn't work geographically either.
Right. It comes
It
over
is able to
Asia.
smash. So it's got one leg that it can either get London or Paris, not both.
Well, let's back up before then. It sucks up Asia. Like all the buildings and the Asians get sucked up by its own gravity well, and they're getting flung around.
Yeah.
And we should also mention that Jake and the people on the spaceship are also getting dragged through this thing's gravitational field, but they're okay because they got super spaceship.
And pea-proof suits.
And pea-proof suits, a great line. So it goes over China and Dubai, sucking up stuff, and then it takes out London.
See, I think it goes over Asia, which I'll give them that.
Okay.
But then it's supposed to land over the Atlantic.
Right, but it goes through London first.
Yeah.
So it goes from China heading west through London then lands in the Atlantic to do its job, and then somehow, what's his nuts? Judd Hirsch
Is in Florida.
He's in.
Or
I don't think that's 3,000
he's
miles.
in the Gulf, maybe. You don't know where he is. I envision him.
No, they say he's in Florida.
The kids are from Florida.
The kids say my parents were in Florida on vacation.
Where the fuck is Judd Hirsch?
I think that it's, and I still haven't seen whichever one it is where John Cusack jumps his limousine
2012.
over to the world ending and makes it.
Mm-hmm.
Judd Hirsch, which I guess they had to cut for time, I think jumps over most of the United States in his boat, and he's okay.
It does not make sense.
No, but he gets knocked out.
Yeah. So he gets saved, and the one takeaway I have here also is we should also mention, where the fuck is Vivica A. Fox? Well, she's a doctor, and
Why is she a doctor?
because it's a funny joke. You got it. Jackie got it.
Yeah,
She stripped her way through medical
I
school.
guess so.
So, but why is she in the film?
So that Roland Emmerich can throw her off a building and say, "You're the worst mistake of my life."
It was great.
Well,
She's
and
barely
it adds another depth to the Hibbert character because
Hiller.
Hillard, because
Hibbert.
Hibbert, whatever that kid's name is, because his dad died in the first one, and then now,
Well, his dad doesn't die in the first one.
well, he dies, and
dies.
then now his mom is dead, and she was saving a baby,
It's so stupid.
which is probably an illegal alien.
I'm going to burn the question now.
Maybe. What country is this?
That's true.
Do you think the baby and the baby and the lady make it?
And left with nothing else to infer, Sam.
Well, I believe that chopper was headed for the Cheyenne Mountain Complex.
Ooh.
Nobody there made it.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
Way to sacrifice yourself, Vivica A. Fox. Well, I guess you didn't have much of a choice. But anyways, yeah, Vivica A. Fox stars in this film for a second, which is her second appearance on Stinker Madness, we should mention.
Yes.
So President Whitmore's like, I want to go talk to that alien, because that's my best Bill Pullman impression. So he goes down to Area 51, and he puts himself in with the spooky alien that does the neck thing and slams him against the wall, just like the first one. So everybody has a conversation, and they learn that she is coming. And she is
Not Sandal Bergman.
not Sandal Bergman from such fine films as She, for those who don't pay attention. She's the alien queen, or an alien queen. And what these guys are doing is they're fracking the earth, essentially.
This makes no sense whatsoever.
This is their whole business of being spooky aliens, is they just go from planet to planet,
Sucking out the cores.
sucking out the core so that they can fuel their ships and build more technology.
So it's like 5 times as much mass as they have.
Right.
It doesn't make any sense.
Maybe they have some sort of condenser or something.
Well, and if you're that technologically advanced, you probably don't need to suck out a core from a planet anymore.
And they all have them.
There's so many planets. Why choose one that's
And-
populated?
The one with the thing that's hard to find, water. I think that even in the first one they say something
Mm-hmm. They're
about
here
water.
for the water. Yeah.
They're here for the water. I don't know why. Again, 5 rewrites. Way to go, Fox.
Yeah, exactly. It's really stupid. But each one of these ships, even the last time we defeated them, has a queen. We just didn't know it. So she's big and scary and nasty. And they learned that the sphere, the little round thing, is like the last of its kind. It was a sentient race before they all got transferred into digital format, and now this is their existence. But this is the last of its kind because the spooky aliens.
Which,
He's the
Destroyed
last of
them.
the Mohicans.
Yeah.
And he
Sort
will
of.
find you.
because if it is as he says he is, he's not. Their collective existence is just in one basket.
Maybe, or they were individuals. Why wouldn't they be individuals?
Well, I don't know. I mean, if that's a real head scratcher there.
Yeah, okay.
We could probably do
I'm
a
not
whole
scratching
podcast.
my head about it. So its whole thing is it's got like a space base where it takes refugees and turns them into badasses and builds weapons to fight these fuckers. And they're like the resistance. Like this one's Neo, and well, maybe Liam Hemsworth is Neo, and this is Carrie-Anne Moss. I don't know. So they hatch a plan. They know that they've got a queen, and they know that she's in the center of this spooky ship. And so they're going to send a strike force in. They're going to send the ace pilots to launch fusion bombs at it and blow her to fucking kingdom come. and then high five each other, and maybe some elbow bumps, and then probably some Bud Lights.
This is at no point a good plan, especially if you've already suffered their sort of tidal wave before.
Mm-hmm.
Even though when you see how much they've done in 20 years and that this expeditionary force from, what is the place called?
Area 51.
Yeah. It's huge. It's like, okay, we're now ready to stand toe-to-toe. I think it's the first thing you learn.
We also have mega weapons down here.
We do, but the one thing that you should know from the first conflict is that you're never going to stand toe-to-toe with them.
Right.
You're never going to do it.
Got to get tricky. Yeah, this isn't a good trick. And it's also not good for the movie theater audience because it's 45 minutes into it. You know it doesn't work.
Yeah.
So it's down there drilling into the Earth's core, and there's boatmen, these boat guys. Nah, fuck it. I don't even want to talk about the boat guys. It's just everybody else gets information. So they send this attack out, and they get their asses handed to them, just like Sam says, because the force is too great. They got these super turret guns. Pew, 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 pew. I did like the lasers in this movie. It was very pew, pew, pew-ish.
Yeah. This is the sequence where they just take everything that Fox could take sound-wise from the Star Wars movies and put it in here. They even have high flute as from the Return of the Jedi space battle in the music. Just anything that they can try to borrow from another fucking movie, they throw in.
Totally.
This is a huge, huge cauldron of borrowed shit right here. But it looks very good.
Yeah.
I'm still like, again, the budget of this being $165 million, I think they really got their money's worth.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nothing looks bad.
Nothing looks bad.
It sounds bad, but
Yeah. So pew pew pew, and it doesn't work. Sure shit, they get their asses kicked. The resistance or the defenses are too strong, but they see like this fucking muffler that they can fly into the exhaust, like every goddamn film ever, and attack it from the inside. And so they fly inside, and nobody follows them, and they're like, "Hey, weird, nobody followed us. My spider sense isn't tingling at all." So they go in and they're going to blow it up, but then like they get these weird little things that fly in attached to the bombs and like take them out and then explode. Like the bombs explode, they detonate, but the pilots are safe.
They get to a certain point, and then the control center of the ship releases an electromagnetic pulse or some such.
Right.
Their shit goes down.
Right.
Doesn't work anymore. Then these little things fly out,
Right.
and they only attach themselves to the bombers that have the fusion bombs.
Right. Everything I just said.
And they dampen it. They
So
create
what?
a force field, so when those bombs blow up, it's all neutralized.
Okay. So what?
It didn't work.
What didn't work? Because this is not their plan. This is the fucking Queen's plan. It's a trap.
Oh, yeah.
What's the trap?
They trapped those guys.
They don't use those guys. Like, that never pays out at all. It's like, she got us. Now we don't have those fusion bombs anymore. Well, your guys were getting their asses kicked outside.
Yeah.
Why not, like, not have an exhaust port in your stupid ship? Like, they didn't take the power of these fusion bombs and use them for anything. They just detonated. And they don't take the pilots and use them for anything. They escape.
They do. You can use the pilots because when they go in there, the rest of them outside cannot disengage now. So you're using them as a means to just disintegrate the entire force.
The rest of the pilots can't disengage. Why not?
They didn't because they have to make sure that it all goes. They're now running interference. So what that did, and it happened in the movie because nobody makes it back, what that did was allow their forces to completely disintegrate the air force of the
They
Area
were doing
51.
that before those guys went in there.
They would have retreated had they were about to retreat.
Why can't you retreat?
Because they're like, no, wait, let's go in. We can make it in.
No, there's like 6 of them.
Yeah, once they made it in, then the order is to continue to attack to keep anyone from attacking the expeditionary force inside. It's dumb, but that's what happened.
Jackie,
Yes. I was so...
anything he just said
No, I mean, it
make
makes sense.
you feel anything other than less stupid?
No, I mean,
Because I fucking feel retarded
No, I knew where
more
they
than
were
I
going.
felt when I watched this.
No, I knew where he was going with that. And what he just said made total sense. Like, we have to see the mission through because they
that's-
don't want everybody chasing them back into the ship and shooting them down before they have a chance to detonate.
What's the trap? I understand the motivation for the humans. What's the fucking trap? What's the Queen's plan? Oh, she got us. Did she? You lost 6 pilots. You lost 40 before they even went into the
No,
stupid
they-
exhaust port.
They had thousands.
Then they lost 994.
No, they lost them all. They were going to run when they had only experienced 40% losses. They go in, it looks like it's going to work. They stay complete.
I've got a clear sense that this is a trap, boss. Are we that stupid? Is that what this film is
That's-
saying? That mankind is that stupid that we can't? Base. I think this is a trap. Just go for it. Fuck it.
Fuck it, yeah. Apparently that's what they're saying.
God damn it. It's
Yep.
a trap, but I still don't understand the queen's motivation. Other than, like, to get all the guys because she counts on the fact that we're fucking dumb.
Well, she's eliminating our ability to fight an air fight.
Right, I understand. Yeah, that's her goal, but her big bet is that we're fucking stupid.
Well, it's not a big bet for her. It's a trap can be a minimal one.
I don't know. Those fusion
It's-
bombs were supposed to be pretty serious, but
Didn't work.
yeah, it didn't work. But,
And it's still just like
yeah.
poking at us, right? I mean, it doesn't have to be a giant
You know, you
end game
could-
trap.
You could just open up the big laser and blow the whole thing up anyways, because you got the big laser still.
Yeah, but the big lasers, they have to break off the ship like they do later for that. So
yeah.
this is just testing the arsenal capabilities of the enemy and disintegrating it. And it did. It was completely successful on their end.
All right. So that didn't go well. Meanwhile, Brent Spiner's character, Brackish, Dr. Brackish, is he's trying to get into that sphere thing, and he finally does and cracks it open, and now he's one with it. He's like, everybody's touchy-feely, and they realize that they gotta save this thing because the queen now knows that it's there, and it's like a criminal in the queen's civilization. Like, if we can kill this fucking thing, the resistance over.
That's not even, it's, then the queen isn't the head of that civilization. She's just the head of that ship.
Right. But it's the goal of the civilization. The queen's civilization, just if I was to say to you, Sam, your civilization is humankind. Her civilization
Sure.
wants to kill this thing because that ends the resistance against them.
Any threat, technologically speaking,
Right.
that they know of.
So they're like, oh shit, we gotta hatch this fucking plan. She's gonna come for it and destroy it, and then it's all over. So what they're gonna do is they're gonna separate the queen from her ship. They're gonna set up a trap. They're gonna trap her. They're gonna send this false signal of the round thing out with. So I don't really get what they're sending out the signal with.
A 1960s old radio that you would take to the beach.
No, that's for them to talk to each other with.
Oh,
Well,
damn
where
it. I
was-
thought that was the radiation thing.
So the tug has a transmitter on it that's transmitting a signal that makes it think it's a decoy.
All right. Well, we weren't about the science there. So they're going to send the tug out, and they need some hotshot pilot on a one-way mission to take these bombs in directly and blow up the queen in her face.
Yeah.
And so Tom Whitmore's like, I'll do it. And his daughter's like, no, Dad, you've already saved the world once. Plus, you're old and senile. And I'm going to do it. So they get in this whole fucking stupid thing, but ends up with Tom Whitmore tricking his daughter into making her stay, and he gets up there. So
Yeah, he gets a haircut. He looks all nice.
I'm going to shove this bomb up your ass, queen bitch.
But you're really not that far off because that's how they end up. Oh, spoiler alert.
Yeah. So they also got to have hide the
Salami.
spear thing
Oh.
in an isolation chamber,
Yes.
which I guess is undetectable to spooky aliens.
Well, as long as the damn thing's not turned on, it doesn't even need a fucking isolation chamber.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Which, again, Captain Loose Cannon can't just leave the damn thing off.
So Tom, old Whitmore, he flies it up in there, and his little daughter gives him an assist. She leads the way. So he flies it up in there, and he's got the detonators in the queen's face, and we get our first look at the queen right here.
Looks just like the other one's, only big.
Only big, but super big. And he blows the whole fucking thing up. Mothership down. And the Earth core laser goes down. And, hey, we did it. Let's have those Bud Lights and high fives I was talking about. Woo, bro.
Yep.
Chest
Kids are
bump.
okay. School bus is fine.
Give each other the rock. But, oh, shit. Alien, the queen is not dead. She starts busting out through the debris. And then we finally get the full Earth effect of the alien? What do we want to put a height estimate on this thing?
As big as the Statue of Liberty, at least.
Yeah, I would say bigger because I think the Statue of Liberty is only like 60 feet or something. It's not that big.
100-foot tall.
I was thinking 100. It's a big bitch.
Yeah, it's a big thing. Like, one of its feet is about the size of the school bus.
Sigourney Weaver
indeed.
could not fight it in a future forklift.
No, she could not.
Even with strong language.
Get your hands off of her. Did you guys like the Queen?
It's
Yeah.
kind of disappointing.
Really? Okay.
I liked it. I liked it for two reasons.
Uh-huh.
It's just one of those really big, so save some money on the modeling. Getting that 165 to go where it shouldn't.
There you go.
They did some nice things. I thought that was an impressive sequence for, again, this being one of the lower end budget blockbusters or whatever.
Okay. Why were you disappointed?
Well, it didn't have any gems.
Oh.
There was no special sparkly eyes.
Uh-huh.
And I disagree with you, Sam. It looked just like the rest of them. It was just bigger.
That's what I
which
said.
leads me to believe that I could have been a queen bee on this boat had I been bigger.
I also liked it because it was the exact same, Sam. Despite what Jackie thinks she heard you say, that's exactly why I liked it, because it's the exact same model, but this one was fucking pissed.
Yeah.
And so you've got a computer program running on screen that we all are accustomed with to being a terrible actor. They all look stupid. They have zero motivation and like anything that you can transfer onto the audience. The audience knew that this fucking thing was pissed off and gonna fuck shit up. And I liked it. I thought it was a really good delivery of a fake thing.
And they've been forced into just making their movie over again with an allowance of twists. I think they, tossed out some good cards right here.
Yeah.
I think that with their allowance of twists that they were given to with Fox, that they played this about as good as they could.
Yeah, I liked the Queen. But whatever. So they get in this fight, and she's fucking shit up, and she's also got a fucking mega weapon. She's got a huge gun.
Yeah.
Who built? Do they? Well, the Queen at some point is going to have to get into an assault battle. We're gonna need a mega weapon for her that's like a giant alien rifle. Where did that fucking thing come from?
It's not the size of the one ship. I mean, a gun that size isn't so outlandish all of a sudden.
Well, wouldn't you be like, no, we don't need an outlandish sized gun. The Queen is invincible. She's never going to get into a land battle. She's a space queen.
No, I thought that was actually just the fantastic thing about it is that, again, it's just bigger. Like, well, she's got her own shield and a really big gun.
Yeah.
I kind of like that she had a gun. And I like that they had to blast it out of her hands.
Yeah, so the boys have hijacked a couple spaceships, and so they fly down and start shooting her shit while she's trying to fuck up Judd Hirsch and Jeff Goldblum because she's mad at them because she sees them?
No, they have nothing to do with it at this point. They're just trying to get the hell out of the way. She's going for the base to get the thing.
No. She looks at him and are like, fuck you, motherfucker.
Yeah, she's just going to kill him.
Just because they're there?
Yeah.
Okay. Because she also, Tommy Sizemore,
not in this movie.
Does not appear in this film. Tom Whitmore's daughter gets shot down and she ejects, and the Queen looks at her and she's like, I'm going to fucking step on you, you piece of shit.
So the Queen, I think, identifies that Goldblum had something to do with what just happened. So while she's there, she's going to smash the shit out of him.
So she's got Goldblum eye vision.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, it's that fucking Jeff Goldblum guy.
Or whoever was by this little thing that just blew my shit up.
Well, it's clearly Jeff Goldblum.
They're going to die.
He needs to die.
And she's about to smash the shit out of him. And that's when Kite Girl, whatever her name is, she comes in, guns a-blazing, and does some fine piloting and distracts her consistently until she can finally drop the shields. But
she knocks out the shields. Yeah.
And she had six pilots with her. They all get shot up real nice by the big gun.
Right.
But yeah, she does eventually knock down the shields. And then when she's sort of trying to get back to base, it takes her wing with one of its tentacles. Mm-hmm. So she goes down and would get smashed up real nice if it not for pilot intervention in this sequence of 2 with the Hemsworth being in a spaceship of alien design.
Well, she's going to go back and go to Area 51 and scoop up the ball thing and crush it or stuck it up her butt. I don't know what her plan is to do with it.
Yeah, Brent Spiner can't resist himself, so he turns it on.
Yeah.
She knows where it is now.
Yeah, so she goes back and she's smashing shit up and fuck, what are we going to do? And she finally gets her hand on it, and she's about to do it, but then Jake and Dylan do this butt move.
They do
where
the
it's
same thing from the beginning.
Well,
Engage the fusion drive. It's the same fucking thing.
well, it's fly up as high as we can and then just shoot straight down at her.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
Well, it's turn the big thing on and hope for the best.
what's the big thing gonna do? Make you fly faster towards her?
Yeah.
You want to fly slower so you can get more lead in her.
Well, you don't have any control of it, so you gotta, do the same thing you did before, and it works again.
All right.
Anytime you get fucked up out there in life,
Just
activate the fusion drive.
Yeah.
You'll be fine.
So they shoot her in the back, which is where you kill aliens.
Yeah.
They shoot her in the butthole.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
be specific. Hey, do you see all those tentacles coming off her butt? Shoot her right there.
Yeah. So they do, and that does it. She's dead. Smush.
I had my bet going that they would be 10 seconds away from core meltdown before she died.
So everybody's jacked. Yeah, now we can have those Bud Lights. Let's hug and kiss, and everybody's super stoked. And they, Brackish comes out, and he's like, hey, we've learned all this stuff now from the sphere thing, new technology and weapons, and you know what? We need to take that shit up into space and kick some alien ass.
Tell your friends to watch this so we can have a sequel. That's what he's doing
Yep, exactly.
right here.
Yeah.
And no, we're not letting go, Fox. We're gonna make it.
Credits.
I would like to point out that the spaceship just leaves.
Yeah, They
They
say that.
in that if you kill a queen, it will automatically just sort of home out. Like it'll be like
That doesn't happen in the first one, though. I guess they blew it up.
they blew it up in the
Yeah.
first
And
one
why wouldn't they just blow up this one, too? Fuck you guys.
because it leaves on its own.
Yeah, blow it up. We got nukes. Blew up the first one with nuke. We got even better nukes now. Blow that fucker up.
Situationally, you have the whole army of or air force of aliens or whatever. Once the queen's down, they're fucking off. So
Yeah.
just let them go.
Yeah, fuck these guys. You can't let them retreat, Sam. We blew up that stupid sphere because we didn't even know what it was. We know what that thing is. Blow that fucking thing away. We got Mega Weapon on the moon. Well, we had Mega Weapon.
Now, all the mega weapons fell over,
Yeah.
and the sky grid was nuked immediately.
Yeah. Yeah, all right, fine. Whatever. I just don't know why I would be like, I'm going home now, even though I can still fuck shit up.
Yeah. So
Bye-bye.
I get why they had to do a lot of what they did with the budget, and that like, okay, you only got like a real quick destroy the satellite defenses, real quick destroy the moon defenses. Because if you really had 20 years to prepare for this, your shit would be all over the solar system.
Yeah. Our defenses were a little weak.
They were a house of cards.
So let's talk about my big question. And Sam, I think you have some information on this one. Are we going to see Independence Day 3?
I believe it needs to do 650 altogether
Before Fox gives it the green light?
before Fox gives it the green light. And Fox will probably make a sequel anyway, but I think they can ace Devlin and Roland Emmerich out of it.
Mm-hmm.
One of the most interesting things that Fox has done with this film is its marketing. They marketed this harder than any movie they've ever marketed overseas.
Okay.
They had Wayne Rooney flying a spaceship in England. He's their major
Soccer player.
footballer.
Yeah.
In other markets, they have mega celebs pushing this thing. And it's done great overseas. Not doing shit here.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I mean, it looks like it's going to make it. So, I guess they'll all have to get in bed together one more time.
I think we're going to see another one because Fox has 0 franchises. The Adam Sandler is not paying off.
Adam Sandler's Sony. Fox
Fox has
X-Men open. They have Deadpool open now. They've got...
They got a few, but nothing to compete with the Universal. So
They did $8 billion last year in profit.
yeah, it's not bad.
But they're also... That's Fox Corp. That's everything, right?
Yeah, right.
So, who knows? They lie.
Yeah. I think we're going to see another one.
I think we
they
will.
have no choice.
And I think that they originally we were supposed to see it next year. They were going to shoot them back to back.
Ooh, I don't think about that.
I don't know why they didn't allow that, because they ultimately are now going to spend more not shooting them back to back. They originally, Emmerich and Devlin had this thing figured out to film them back to back and get them both done for $225. They did $165 on this one. They're probably going to have to do it again for the next one.
Jackie, go!
Do they pay the pirates?
The guys that ask him for $100 million.
Yeah, to monitor the Earth's core drilling.
Did they even really do anything?
They monitored the Earth's core drilling. I don't know how they did that because they're just treasure hunters.
Why couldn't anybody else do that?
They were the only boat that was left.
Well, why couldn't you do that from like, I don't know, some seismology thing? Don't we
Because
have
everything's fucking broken.
Yeah.
Nothing works except ham radios and that goddamn boat.
And so they've got one of those
Like a fish finder.
thing that tells how deep they're going.
They had a monitor that was a graphic that showed the spaceship
Yeah.
and the laser and the crust of the Earth. And then there was a timer.
It's a good thing they had that.
If they wouldn't have had that, they wouldn't get the $100 million.
I bet you that thing right there costs $100 million because its uses are fairly limited. So they have to, but pirates break even because they bought stupid equipment that was not going to help them dig up treasure on their sea hunt.
They were gonna lose their boat to foreclosure right before this.
Yeah.
And they were like, "Oh, thank God."
Hey, best case scenario, we get the gold and we break even because we're terrible businessmen. Why did we build this alien drill detector thing?
It worked.
Yeah, it did. Save the planet.
Yep.
Ish. Well, not really. It's just a countdown. Hey, hurry it up.
Which they fucked up. They're like, "Oh, by the way, I know we told you several hours. You actually only have 45 minutes."
Right. Yeah. Oops. We don't know how to read this thing. Gary bought it on a whim, and he never read the owner's manual.
Yeah, he bought it from the eBay.
Yeah. For $100 million.
You bought it from the eBay for $7.95. Was it working? Does it matter? You still owe us the money.
Okay, Sam, go ahead.
I actually used all my questions during.
Okay.
Okay, I only got one more. Does Hemsworth and the kite gal, right? Because they're obviously in love,
Okay.
and they're both great pilots, right?
Right. Yeah.
So did they do it and have the last starfighter that's going to go into this resistance with the great big white ball thing?
Well,
and save everyone?
It really depends on how quick Fox craps the next one out, because if it's another 20 years, definitely. If it's
2 years from now,
not a chance.
that's the revision plan for Emmerich and Emmerich and Devlin was 2 to 3 years, and then to pace it in the story world that will be what it's going to take to build up this sort of expeditionary force.
Yeah. No, so I don't think so. I don't think we're going to see them again. We'll probably see Sheila Booth in the next one.
Yuck.
Because that just, if they're going to fire Roland Emmerich or
Well, if Fox fires
get Sheila
Devlin and Emmerich, then all bets are off as to what happens in this next one.
Yeah, Sheila Booth. All right, so Sam, I want you to go ahead and tell me what you thought first.
Well, I liked it, but some things are just missing, and you just can't replace members of the cast so easily. And no James Duvall.
Oh?
You remember James Duvall was in the first one?
I said there is no James Duvall.
Why the hell isn't James Duvall in this movie?
I don't know.
He should have been buddying around with Judd Hirsch. That would have made sense.
Yeah, would have.
Yeah. I miss James Duvall, but ultimately my thoughts on it were that for a spiritual sequel and a popcorn flick, I had a nice time.
Yeah.
I liked it better than the new Star Wars. Even though I recognize that it's very stupid.
Extremely stupid. I'm going to go next. I'm going to leave final thoughts with you, Jackie. I also felt the same way. I thought that it had a lot of missed opportunities. And the tragedy behind the missed opportunities, for instance, that opening sequence was just so bleh and stupid that it's going to keep this film out for me. Spoiler alert for next year. It's going to keep me out of voting for Best Bad Movie of the Year. I'm going to still nominate it for the SMABFA for Best Bad Movie of the Year. I think it should be at least nominated. But the fun, wild time that we had this year with Gods of Egypt and London Has Fallen, this film does not do that. It needed to be shorter, I thought, by about 30 minutes and cut out characters that don't contribute in any way to the story, and then nail those pieces that have to do with the fucking story, Sony, you stupid assholes.
Fox.
They're the same.
They're not the same.
They make the same stupid mistakes.
To agree with you wholeheartedly, I will say, and it's more of a demonizing of Star Wars once again, this one at least had a little bit of exposition, didn't it?
Yeah.
I didn't have to ask who these fucking people were all the goddamn time.
Oh, we started the podcast.
Well, I didn't remember their names, but I figured, that's the guy, right? He's the guy.
All
Not
right.
like, who's that guy?
I'm still going to give it a due. For
Yeah,
sure.
absolutely.
It's nominated, in my opinion, for Best Bad Movie, but I'm not going to vote for it for the win. Jackie, go ahead.
I did not have a good time Like I
Okay.
said, 30 minutes into this movie, I was looking at my watch. I just felt like the jokes fell flat. There were 2 good jokes in here. Oh, so now we're waiting for the dog? Mm-hmm. And did you pee your pants? Me too. Those were the 2 good jokes for me.
And then single thing that Brent Spiner says.
Everything that he says was funny.
Yeah, he was a super funny guy. He saved the movie actually for me. If he would not have been in this one, I think I would have just been like, I'm going to go take a pee and never come back.
I forgot to bring up the thing that I said from the beginning that I almost hated this film because there's a sequence where Brent Spiner, I thought that they might have killed him because in the first one, like I said, he's great, but he's not that central to the plot.
Yeah.
It would have been a serious, like, classic bad mistake to be like, oh, well, he's comedy relief, but nobody really cares about him, and then he's dead. And I almost lost my shit when he didn't, and then he stood back up, and I was like, oh my God, you were on the border for me, flipping everything that I was going to say about this movie in its defense, and I was going to throw this thing in the fucking can. Because Brent Spiner was great.
Did you notice that him and Emmerich made sure to let you know it was his butt hanging out?
Yeah.
Because the camera follows him, and it's like these really weathered underwear that aren't even underwear. You can see his whole butt. And you're like, oh, God, that's a, whoa. And then the camera comes up, and he turns to it like, that's Brent Spiner's butt. That is not a stunt butt.
Hey, well, he's no spring chicken. All right.
Well, no, but it's like the comedy body. It was a good joke.
Keep going. Proceed.
I had such a good time with the first one, and it was just fun, and it was an adventure, and it was wild. But this one just fell so flat for me. I was bored, and even the special effects and all that stuff, I just didn't save it for me. I would give it a do not. I did not like it.
Okay. All right. Well, there you go. 2 out of 3 of us say do. 1 says it was boring, which is funny because that is not the complaint from any other person on the planet. Everybody says it's too much stuff.
I thought it was boring.
Yeah. All right. Well, there you go. Thanks for listening. Get to the chopper.
Visit us at www.stinkermadness.com. Follow Stinker Madness on Twitter at Stinker Madness. Please rate and review us on iTunes and Stitcher. Thank you for listening, and get to the chopper.